Okay, guys, so if you are like me and you are learning a lot of different AI tools and wondering how do I actually make money out of this, I am going to talk about the top 5 AI side hustles that I see happening that are really, really profitable and doesn't require too much out of your pocket. So, if you don't know me, I'm Nathan Johnson. I have been in automation for 15 years. So, yes, 15 years. It's been around for a bit. And even though people are making the buzzword now, we've been doing this for a long time for larger companies like Microsoft, Dropbox. And so I have worked for many Fortune 500 companies and have developed automations for these companies. And as I see AI coming up, I have ran many tests and started many different companies just to see what the water looks like, how things look like out there. And I'm going to share with you a few of those ideas right now. So let's jump into this. So we're going to talk about 5 profitable side hustles that you can do right now and why side hustles work. If you're watching this and you're one of my students from school account, you know that, while you're learning and getting your certifications and everything to try to get a corporate job in tech, these are small things that you can do with what I'm already teaching you and start making money today. Just earlier today, I turned on a sales bot automation that I just pointed towards one of my food companies or my influencer companies. I have a few, just to see if I can get some new clients today. Within 10 minutes, I got a new client that's paying me $650 today just to do an event at their restaurant, which is pretty nice. But that was literally me just pressing execute, seeing the campaign run through, checking my emails, making sure all the emails went out right, and then just waiting for a reply. It's pretty amazing. But people want these sort of things, and they will pay you for these sort of things. So here we go. All right. So obviously, most companies recognize AI's potential. So when you say AI, it is a buzzword. I know someone in the comments earlier was telling me like, hey, everybody's making CRMs. And I was letting them know like, no, you can't really do that. Like smaller businesses are going to pay you for AI services for small workflows. Larger companies are going to pay you for certifications and having understanding of automation tools like Marketo, HubSpot, Salesforce Marketing Cloud, because these are automation tools at the enterprise level that are made to handle millions of leads, millions of clients, tens of thousands of accounts at once. So I'm saying all that to say that your target audience here is going to be small to medium-sized businesses, service industries like dentists, HVAC, doctors who are independent, maybe attorneys. Those are going to be the people who are going to be saying, I don't want to spend $60,000 on a CRM platform. I just want someone to come in and automate my follow-up. I want someone to automate my blog post, automate my social media. So the number one that I see job that we can go with is going to be the AI automation builder role. Now, this just means you can build anything from auto reply, support ticket summaries, automation workflows, AI chatbots, and all these are things that we teach in the school account. But the tools you're going to need in 8N, that goes without saying, OpenAI, maybe Zapier, not for the most part, but I say Zapier and make.com in case somebody's asking you to make something pretty and make it into something that can actually be almost like a SaaS type of product where they can just fill out a form and have what they need. You're going to need something else for that. And often these tools are pretty cheap and you can find clients anywhere. I can literally start an Upwork account and say, hey, I'm an AI specialist. Here are the things I specialize in. And here's my portfolio and just show things I've done for myself. I can easily go on Fiverr and say, I will build you an automation that follows up. And here's my cost, $500. And just see customers come in through there. Direct outreach is my favorite method because I have bots that do that for me. So it works out. LinkedIn cold messages and local business networks are great. And I'm saying the minimum project fees $500, high-end automations are $3,000 on average. Companies asking me to create a full workflow for them that's going to be like, we want blogging, we want social media, we want an avatar of our social media manager, being created, edited, and posted every day. That's a bigger project, so I'm going to be charging probably about $3,000 for that. Now, another simple one, much simpler, is content repurposing services. What does that mean? That means that You take long form content, podcasters, YouTubers, people or companies doing webinars, you can take that content, put it in a tool like Submagic, even CapCut has this tool, and it will look at the long form, try to figure out where it can break it apart, and it will take apart all the shorts for you so that you can repurpose that content across all those social media, blog articles, newsletters. Even Riverside is really, really good at doing this. A lot of times if I'm doing a training like I am now, I will take the whole video, dump it into Riverside, let the AI look at it, tell me, hey, do you want us to remove all the ums, ifs, these, whatever. It'll do that for me. It'll split it into clips. It'll look for hooks. It'll make clip hooks. And Riverside is a tool that comes in handy for that. All these tools, a lot of these tools that I'm talking about, you can see in the description below. I have links that has discounts, so jump on those if you can. Now, why creators need this? People like me even, we need that. For a while, I was paying for somebody to come in, grab my long form content that I was creating across my YouTube channels. I have 8 YouTube channels, and turn those into shorts and then schedule them out. And I was paying anywhere from $250 to $300 a week just for people to jump into my channels, do that, write the content, blah, 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 blah. So I found a few tools that do this automatically. Submagic is great at this. They will grab the video, slice it up, and if you want them to, they'll even do all the edits. And they'll give you the captions for social media. And all this is done on a $29 a month subscription. So go do the math. You can have a $29 a month subscription with like Submagic, and you can go to a company and say, hey, I'm going to charge you $5, per clip. I'm going to charge you $10 per clip. I'm going to charge you $100 a week, and I will do this all, and it's simple. You just grab the video, throw it in there. You now have the B-roll footage, the captions. You're just scheduling this with a scheduling software like Hootsuite or Socialmonials or whatever scheduling software you want to use. That app, there's a lot of great scheduling softwares out there that you can use, but you don't necessarily need them if they give you access. But if you want to kind of make things happen a lot more quickly, I would recommend getting a scheduling app that allows you to pay once and not pay monthly. I use Socialmonials because I found them on AppSumo, and there was $80 for lifetime, and they do a great job. I don't have to pay any monthly. I paid $80 once, done. I run all of my social media from there. So that was free, you guys. Anyways, long form content can easily be processed through AI, and then you can create multi-format outputs. That just means, hey, here's your shorts, here's your carousels, here's your blogs, here's your emails. And the pricing model is pretty much $300 to $1,500 monthly retainers per client. Now, I was paying someone just, 3 weeks ago, about $150 a week just to do that for me because I didn't have the time to do it until I found a tool that was just like, yeah, we're going to handle everything. And I was like, oh, okay. And that was Submagic. So I was like, okay, I got Submagic now. Why am I paying $150 a week for this? But now I can charge other people $150 a week if I really do want to start a small business like that. Now, AI-powered social media management. That just means AI handles the caption writing, hashtag, content creation, DM responses. All this can be handled in this hustle, which is hustle number 3. As I just talked about, we have tools that will look at the video, study the video, give you your captions for each social media, or I can even share with you a prompt that I have in ChatGPT where I literally just Dropbox my videos, I get the Dropbox link, paste it into the chat, and just press go. And it gives me LinkedIn, YouTube, here's all your content for that, hashtags, tags, everything's done. I have a prompt that I use. Now, if you don't have a prompt like me, you can easily create an automation workflow in N8N where you can just put in the link and it automates. Maybe I should create that. That sounds like a great idea. So if you're following my school account, get ready for lesson number whatever. I'm going to try to N8N this thing. That way you can just drop in the link to your video and it will give you all of the captions and everything like that. But if you don't have that type of tool yet, because I haven't created it, you can always go to Submagic. You can go to HeyGen. HeyGen has a tool that cuts clips. Submagic has a tool that cuts clips. Even CapCut has a tool that cuts and, helps you with that clips. Now, Submagic to me is the best besides Blotato, adding captions. If you want to add amazing captions, go with Blotato. But if you just want something quick that you can just copy and paste, Submagic will create your title, it will create your captions. You can choose long, short, tell it what emotion, and it will do that for you. And this is low-hanging fruit. Like I can go to pretty much any company and ask them who's managing your social media. And all I have to do is go on Instagram, look at their Instagram account, and if it's like 2 followers, I'm like, oh, okay. So who's handling your social media? And it's usually the owner. Like, I'm trying my best here. Great, we'll do it for a very cheap cost, $500 a month. And they're like, oh my goodness, that's cheaper than, what I was going to hire the student to do. And then we can just have AI automate it. I have an AI system, an N8N, that basically studies the news networks, finds topics, blogs about those topics, makes Instagram, Facebook, and I think it's Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter posts with a static image from that blog, then feeds that content to a 40-second script, creates an avatar of me, has that avatar say the same thing with B-roll content using Submagic, and spits that out to social media schedulers as well. I ran this thing for a month, and I came back and looked at my schedule of my social media, and I'm good till like June. It's insane. So those different ways we can do this and automate this. So if you want to know more about automating the social media, just type in social media below in the comments. I will share with you my N8N workflow. It is crazy, it's advanced, but it does the job. If you want to know more about how to dive into that and make it work for you, just join our school account and I'd have a full tutorial on that. So moving forward to hustle number 4, which is going to be AI chatbots for local businesses. I think to do this well, you're going to need a CRM like Go High Level, which comes with the chatbot, and Go High Level will basically do most of this work for you. But there's other tools that you can use. There's Chatbase, BotPress, TDO, there's WordPress plugins. There's a lot of things that you can use to create a chatbot for a company. All you need to do is go to their website, and if you don't see a chat bot, shoot them an email. Hey, I noticed you didn't have a chat bot on your website. Here's what we do. Here's how we can do it for you. It's just a $500 setup fee, $100 a month to keep this going. All you need to do is feed us new information. And I do the same thing with the voice AI. I have voice AIs through Go High Level that I created, and I will be making another video about this because it only took me about 6 hours altogether using AI to create a website, make a video of the website, create an ad, run a sales bot to give me a database of 60 dentists, and then I just immediately had a product that I can sell to dentists, which was basically a voice AI and a chatbot product that basically says, hey, the voice AI will answer your phone calls, and the chatbot will answer any inquiries on your website. And all I really need to do is feed in Excel, or even there's different types of data you can feed these things, but all I need to do is ask the client, give me a website, give me a product list. If you have it in Excel, give me all of that. I want to know who the main workers are so that the chatbot knows who they are if somebody asks for them. And I feed that to the chatbot. Very easy to do, by the way. And all of a sudden, you have a bot on the website or that answers a phone call. And I scrutinize these bots a lot. Even my own companies have AI bots because I don't want to pay for a receptionist. So if somebody calls Georgia Foodies, they're going to get a bot that's going to be like, hey, what do you need? And if they're saying, hey, I want to do a video, great, here's our prices. Can I schedule you right now? And it connects to my calendar, schedules them out. If they want a YouTube video, if they want social media, whatever they want, the bot knows my prices and it knows how to set them up with me. So it's just low-hanging fruit. And what these things do, they'll answer common questions, they'll capture lead information, they'll book appointments, and they'll route to a human when needed. So any company who is 8 to 5 would love to be 24 hours. They cannot do that without a bot because people are not going to work that late. So normally, all we need to do is go to a company and say, hey, I can make your company 24 hours. That means even after you leave, if somebody calls, our AI will answer the phone, get their information, get their inquiry, set them up with an appointment, and then send you the transcript of that call. I mean, amazing, amazing. So hustle number 5 is a bit more, and this is AI prompt engineering. Now, what I mean by that is that I have prompts that I just brought up. For example, my prompt that I just paste the link into, and it gives me all of my social media. I could take that prompt make a cool little PDF ebook out of it, make it look pretty, and put it on a website like Etsy or Gumroad or even Amazon Books and say, hey, this is a book that's going to give you a prompt that's going to solve this problem. Because people who want to solve those problems are going to look for people like that who are prompt engineers who have already solved it for them. So product examples would be like 50 prompts for realtors, an email marketing playbook, restaurant social media prompt pack. What does that mean? Like, oh, if you're a restaurant, here are some prompts that you're going to need to use in ChatGPT. They're going to help you market social media. They're going to help you with hashtags. Like all these things. Now, you can put all these things in a group, or you can break them up into separate products. And I've seen both. This takes a bit longer to make money on because you got to put it on these platforms and try to advertise for it, possibly run some Google ads and see people so people can get their eyes on it. And, if you can make a big enough package and you can put some ads behind it, I always say start with $10 and then play the math. If you spend $10, nobody bought the book, move on to something else. Update the book, update the ad. If you can say, hey, this book I'm selling for $20 and every $5 I spend, I get a client that's paying $20. Okay, you now have every $5 is $15. Do the math. Okay, if that's the case, let me throw $500 in this. That'll give me $1,500. That's just kind of like how I work. If I'm doing a product, like I have a webinar coming out soon, it's a 6-part webinar of zero to your first job in tech in less than a year. It's a 5-part series. So I'm going to be selling this series for somewhere between $100 and $200, just on average. And this is another digital product, very similar to what we're talking about here. And in that situation, I'm going to be making a YouTube ad like, hey, if you don't want to go to college and like waste 4 years of your life, just take this course, learn the certifications, and you'll be on your way to getting a job in tech, because the tech world just doesn't care so much about where you went to college. They care about your experience. So what I'll do is I'll run an ad. And if I can see that, okay, every $20 I spend, somebody buys my webinar. Okay, now I know. Every $20 I spend, I'm making $200. Let me go ahead and throw $2,000 in this because I want, or whatever. It's just simple math. People complicate these things sometimes. And it does get complicated as you scale the ad because things change. It's not just simple math. But at the bare beginning and the bare minimum, I know it's pretty simple. Some of the ad people out there are going to be like, what are you talking about? But that's just how I work, how I run things. So if you're going to think about speed, if you're watching this video and you're like, Nathan, I need money like today, you're talking about like next month, 2 months from now, I would say the number one thing would be AI automation. I was just in my office talking to somebody about my social media and how my social media is just scheduled for the rest of the year because I ran a campaign. And a company was just sitting there listening to me, and they walked over to me like, we need to talk. And the very next day, I'm in their office, and they're like, we won't pay you for this. Like, we want this automation. And what they really wanted was they had a few companies, and they wanted to basically automate the social media. So easy peasy, very easy peasy. I already have the automation in it in. All I really need to do for them is copy and paste it, and we're good to go. So these sort of things that you build for a client, long as you have the template, you can rinse and repeat as many times as you want, okay? And companies will pay you for that, and they're paying you for the experience. They're paying you for the end product. They don't really care how you build it. And so that's when it's great to have templates, because you're just like, great, all I need to do is pull up the list of APIs that I need to build for this company. All the accounts I need to make for this company, those are done. Post those into my N8 and workflow, that's already done. It takes like 2-3 hours and you're done. And you just made easy money. Content repurposing, to me, is low-hanging fruit as well. It's just short-lived, right? Somebody hiring you to create an automation is one thing, because we have certain skills that people can't just wake up with. But someone hiring you to do content repurposing, that is great until they find the tool you're using, and then you're like, oh man. But it is low-hanging fruit. I would say, like, if you go to a YouTube channel and they have no shorts and it's all long-form content, that would be a perfect time to reach out to them and say, hey, can I just take over this part of your business and get you on TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram? I'll just take all your longs and I'll cut them up. And most people would be like, yes, like, please, how much? Like, what do you want from me? They will do it because a lot of people just don't have the time to do that, especially long-form creators. They don't have the time to do that. I'm doing both myself just because I had the know-how with the AI tools. But before I had that know-how, I was drowning. I was like working 8 hours a day and the whole day would be done. And I'm just like, one video. It's just like after CapCut and all the edits and everything, I'm done with one long form, and it's just like, man, this is frustrating. As you learn these tools, you find that there's easier ways of doing this, and that knowledge is power, and that power is what pays us money. Chatbots is going to be 3, social media management will be 4, and then the prompt products, I'm putting those last just because they do take a lot of time, effort, ads to make them work very well. There were other things I could put on this list. I think just last weekend, it was like 9 o'clock at a Saturday night, and I was just working on my computer, making content in my office or studio, and I was just like, you know what? I could probably make a rock band out of AI and like personify everyone. Like, let's just try it. Before I knew it, it was like 4 a.m. Like, I had a full rock band. I'll actually show you guys just because we're having fun here. But at 4 a.m., I'm going to bed and I'm telling my wife, like, I just made a rock band, and they're using Japanese instruments, and it's now on Spotify and it's on Apple Music. And, it's just really, really funny how I did that. But I basically took this and created a full band called Watashiwa. It's a Christian rock band using Japanese flutes and kyotas and different instruments, and the music is pretty awesome. I gotta tell you, you guys should follow these guys. But anyways, this is another easy way of making money because people are going on Suno. They're using other AI tools. Like I used Nano Banana. I created a full prompt engineer of each of the personas. I told Nano Banana who the drummer was, the guitar player, the flute player, that's Keiko. I told her about Mike, who's the main guitar. This guy on the side playing the Kyoto. I gave them all names. I created a persona in Suno so that all the songs sound the same. I made a YouTube channel. I did everything with these guys. And it's just funny. I just put everything on automation. So now I have an automation that's going to be creating content about these people who are fictitious, but they will we're going to have posts coming on social media, of different things. Now, if you're smart with this, people have made 10,000 a month, 20,000 a month. One of the top Christian songs online last month was an AI song. Imagine how much money that guy made with millions and millions of people listening. The problem is when somebody asks for a concert, I'm like, oh, great. We'll find out. But for the most part, it's a really cool, this is the first album, which was Fight for the Kingdom. There's a website. Here's where you can find the music. And all this took me between 9 and 4 a.m., I guess, to create 10 songs, make the album cover, create the personas, create a YouTube channel, a Facebook channel, blah, blah, blah. Use DistroKid to publish it everywhere. So it's on Apple Music, iTunes. You can find their music on social media now. So yeah. That's just another one. We'll call that number 6. And I'm going to go through this with you guys later on. If you're watching my school account, this is something that I'm drawing out because this was actually pretty successful. People are actually listening to this music very well. I made a huge mistake and spelled kingdom wrong. I'm trying to change that on Spotify. But now that I see that, this is something feasible, something that can become successful, I'm actually working on another band. And with that one, I'm going to walk you guys through that whole process of how I made the personas, the people, how to make sure the people look the same in every shot, how to build a concert. I'm actually making a music video for these guys, and that's going to be pretty killer. So anyways, lots of different ways of making money with AI. So moving forward, choose your lane. That just means find what you're going to do. I want to do social media. Stay there. Do not try to do all 5, 6, 7 at once. You need staff for that. I do that. Like my company are running, I don't know how many companies we're running, but we create new ones like every single week almost. We're just because I want to test something out. If I see somebody on YouTube like, oh, you can solo voice AI and make $1 million, I'm like, try it. And we will build out everything. When we'll sell it and we'll say, working, not working, move on. Somebody will say, hey, like what we talked about before. I watched a video of a guy saying, hey, I'm making $20,000 a month just making music with AI. I'm like, let's try it. We made a band. We're running that out. We'll let you guys know how that goes. But we're running every direction because I want to have this material to show to you guys, to show you what's happening. And also for the school students who are learning this, I am always learning as well. So I have something new to show you guys. But stay in your lane if you're new to this. Do not try to get all the tools at once. You're just going to be upset and broke. and it's going to take all your money. Trust me, I'm spending about $500 a month just on AI tools because I'm trying everything. And that is a plus. Last month, my wife looked at my account and was just like, do you know? Like I was spending like stupid money on because I was just trying different tools. Luckily, now I just stick with Galaxy AI as my training ground and testing ground. Galaxy AI lets you try all of these tools at once for about $15 a month. There's a link below if you guys want to try that. I do that now. I will test the tools in Galaxy AI. If they look well, work well, give me good feedback, give me good results, then I'll go ahead and buy a good membership with that company. But even what I do with my avatar prompting, I was using another AI, I won't say your name, but they were doing okay, not so good. I went on Galaxy, I had 6 choices. I made the same video with all 6. The one that did the best is the one that I started using for all of my automations, which is HeyGen. So anyways, I am just rambling at this point. I need to get out of here because I have a meeting, but hope you guys realize, like, stay in your lane, build your foundation, land your first client, and scale. So stay in your lane, find something you can be good at that only requires you to have maybe 1 subscription. Use that well, scale your business, get a client in that. And once you start making money, sure, try other things, but build your first one first. Trust the process, make your first client, and definitely give me some feedback on what you would like to know and what you think I'm missing when I'm teaching these things. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll talk to you soon.